Hey everybody, we're back. Another week with Vintage. So here's the thing about Vintage. Karn is super fucked up. Narset is super fucked up. PO, you'd have to be kind of insane to play Paradoxical Outcome right now because Karn and Narset both destroy the deck. And if you're not playing Karn, you should be playing Narset. Or Dredge, I guess, is the other alternative. So Vintage has felt pretty gross lately. Like, just testing it has just been abject misery. But I am locked in to play it this week. I'm not going to choose a standard PTQ over it, although I did consider it, which is pretty telling. So, Shadow Popo, yes, this deck would be considered Team or Xerox. This is a Xerox deck. If you're not familiar with Vintage archetype names, this deck is called Xerox because it has many cards that do the same thing. Like a copy machine. Just boop, 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 boop. And then doot, 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 doot. Cantrips, counterspells, threats. Just lean, mean, value machine. This list, I found this in a recent 5.0 purge from Magic Online. I was looking for a way to put Tarmogoyf back into my deck because one of the best answers to both Karn and Narset is just attacking it with a creature. I've been playing Miracles in Legacy with New Teferi and Narset, and when they just have a creature in play, like I played a Legacy tournament this past weekend. I won it actually with the Miracles deck I've been streaming, the same 75 I was streaming for 2 weeks. So go check out the old videos if you want to see that. But like sometimes I would have Narset in my hand and I could jam it, but my opponent had Thalia. So like, do I just draw one card, then it gets attacked for 4 mana? It's like not shockingly effective to just have literally any body in play against these planeswalkers. And I was testing some Karn decks over the weekend too in my off time, trying to find something in Vintage that makes me happy. What's up, Ride or Die? So, and the Karn decks, like frequently I could stick Karn and do one thing, but if my opponent like flashed in Snapcaster Mage at my end step, or like just had a Foundry Inspector, or just like any stupid body, Karn was so much worse than if he just got to do his thing unopposed, which is like pretty obvious. I'm not breaking any philosophical barriers by saying that planeswalkers are good at attacking creatures, but these planeswalkers in particular are pretty bad at defending themselves. So like Jace the Mind Sculptor can bounce. Like for a long time, the template for every planeswalker was like plus some moderate value, minus remove a creature, and then minus win the game somehow. And these ones, because they have these static abilities and they only have minuses, most of them don't answer creatures on their own. Like Karn could animate something into a blocker, but like, what artifact is Shops going to have in play that's bigger than a Tarmogoyf? Like, are they just going to put themselves into the artifact abyss while getting no value out of Karn because they can't minus him for a turn? And Narset just has no way to protect herself at all other than like finding a removal spell. So I think Tarmogoyf is probably well positioned right now, and I was looking for an excuse to play it. And I found this Xerox shell from the 5.0 list. I've made a couple small changes. So they had 2 Pyroblast main. I switched one of them to be a Spell Pierce because if I'm trying to beat Shops in this new nonsense Karn meta, then I really don't want to have Pyroblast in my hand against Shops. That's a dead card where Spell Pierce is potentially a great card. And I also switched one of the Mental Missteps for an Ancient Grudge in the main. So now I only have 3 missteps. I'll be slightly softer in the Xerox mirrors, but Ancient Grudge is a really powerful main deck card. Every deck plays Moxen. Like this could just be 2 Stone Rains at worst, and it could win the game on the spot at best. So I like the upside there. I also really think Daze might be a playable card right now. I don't know how many should go in a deck. And this is like the savage one of Daze. But like the play pattern of shops these days, like the Karn decks, is like Ancient Tomb, Grim Monolith, Karn with no mana floating. And if I could just daze that, just boop. They invested 2 Grim Monoliths, paid 2 life, and lost their Karn. They're down 4 cards. They still have the Tomb, so they're down 3 cards because the Monoliths are tapped. They got to find a way to untap them before they can use them again. So they just like hemorrhaged 3 cards into getting dazed. So they frequently don't have mana floating left over. And Mishra's Workshop itself can't pay daze mana. Like, even if you are casting an artifact, it can't pay for daze mana. And Karn already is kind of pulling on that deck's mana base by not being an artifact. So Daze might have some shocking applications tonight, or it might be garbage. I don't know, but I'm going to try it. And I really like Lightning Bolt as a way to pick off Karn and Narset. They both conveniently go straight to 3 when they minus for the first time. And then a bunch of soft counters and the normal Young Pyromancer Snapcaster package and old Triple Deck against the Shops world. Then the sideboard, just 8 cards for Dredge, 7 cards for other stuff, which is how you have to build. So let's go join some leagues. So Xerox is frustratingly unbroken. Like, as far as the type of nonsense you can do in Vintage, Xerox wins with like Young Pyromancer and Tarmogoyf. So like other people are going to be like turn 1 Karn, and I'm going to be like turn 1 Preordain. So it's like obsessively fair is as the response to the obsessively unfair format it exists in. All right, so we can have a turn 1 Sylvan Library. That's pretty messed up. Oh, we have the Daze. We're gonna get him. Definitely keeping this hand. And I'm gonna stick the library first, because then I can time walk and library twice next turn. Like, I could just time walk, see what happens. Yeah, it's Daze time, baby. Are you gonna force it? Nope. Just die to Daze. All right, let's see what side of the evil continuum they're on. Oh no, they're on this side. Well, balls. They're Dredge. I was so ready to Daze something. If they're pitch Dredge, Daze will still get some value, though. Is Goyf better than Mentor? Goyf is not a better Magic card than Mentor. Hey! Do I Daze this? I probably do. Oh, wait. I have Dak. No. You can have this. Oh, no. All right, that's fine. I just got to find a red source off my Sylvan Library, and we'll be better, at least. Ding. Yes. All right, so I'm pretty sure I have no plan to beat this in the main deck. Like Dredge. There's 1 Strip Mine. All right, I'm just going to keep all this stuff. We're going to need a miracle to beat Dredge anyway, so. Dacia. Yeah, so it is likely we're just dead, so whatever. But I'm going to Daze something. Red Peach Tea, in general, I don't engage in the Magic Online chat box at all for any reason. Just as a general rule. It's probably fine, but I've been fooled enough times in the past. Oh god, they had a second Bazaar too. We're so dead. Alright, let's just look at their deck at this point, because we're not winning. God, our hand was so good against any non-dredge deck. We had it all. Alright, they have a therapy. Several bridges. Yeah, welcome to Vintage, folks. Yeah, I'm dead though. They have a therapy. They're gonna make a million zombies, and I have no way out of this. Tarmogoyf is not what I was looking for here. Yeah, so close. Alright, so in come our 7 dredge cards. Or 8 dredge cards. Pithing Needle can name Bazaar, which is not necessarily optimal. Like, it's not as good as a ley line, but, I mean, it's a thing. Alright, so they have their own missteps. So and all of their anti-hate cost 1. Like, they have Nature's Claim or Chain of Vapor, so you leave in all your counter spells. Lightning Bolt probably doesn't do anything. Pyroblast, not great. Ancient Grudge, not great. Dax steals Hollow Boys. Cut Goyf? I mean, you're probably right. I mean, that is probably part of the plan. Though I do need to kill them, and quickly. Merchant Scroll is pretty slow. How many Dax am I going to need against them? Or Narsets? Narset's pretty bad, because they don't actually draw cards. Except when they are... unless they already have a hate piece, they're never going to draw cards. Alright, maybe Daze is bad. Narset does not stop Bazaar if they're dredging. It stops Bazaar if they're trying to draw cards. Yeah, I'm not going to cut Narset entirely, but maybe Library is the last card. It's like a 2-mana card that doesn't do anything till later. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I'm cool with this situation. Alright, let's do it. Let's just have Leyline in our opening hand for both games. Show them what it's like to be on our side of dredge. Leyline. Alright, so I have Strip Mine, which can kill Bazaar. If I were on the play, I would consider this, but this is definitely a mulligan. Can't be afraid of 6. God, this is the same hand, but worse. It sucks that we're on the draw. Fuck, it's getting worse. I'll go one more time. Jesus. Ugh. Oh no. We're dead. We're just so dead. Keep! That was so bad. Let's hope they can't beat this. What do you think the chances are that my 0 card hand... Oh wait, I was on the play. Whoops. I made all of those mulligan decisions as if we're on the draw. My bad. Alright, let's hope we're not just dead. No, the one with Pithing Needle I should have kept. Why did I think we were on the play? Or why did I think we were on the draw? Oh, okay, they just had 2 hollow ones. Yeah, maybe I thought it was still game 1 because we lost so quick. Now we're dead. Just fucking 2 hollow ones on their Malta 6. Okay. Well, that's how that goes. Welcome to Dredge, but that deck's okay in the format for some reason. Yeah, I should have kept the one that had the Pithing Needle, that second one. Oh, we were on the play too? Yeah, on the play I should have just kept my 7. I don't know what I just thought we were on the draw and we were going to be way behind the whole time. Just straight up brain fart. That sucks. All right, time to shake off the cobwebs and stream smarter. Yeah, Dredge always feels bad because, like, this deck can't actually win game one at all. Like, there's not a reasonable path to that happening. There's not a single main deck piece of hate for the Dredge deck, and Xerox takes forever to win. So you're just, like, pretty close to 0% game one unless they mull to 0 and without finding Bazaar. All right, we're on the play. Green mana. If this was red Mox, I would keep this. But as it stands, I have to mulligan. I'll keep this one. I got a Force of Will, land, and a cantrip, and a scry. What would I change about this format? I would restrict Mishra's Workshop. I would restrict Karn. Probably Narset also. Dredge is a weird one. Like, I feel like Dredge should exist, but not at its max power level that it currently exists at. I would probably restrict Misstep too. Oh, good. Now we get a blue mirror when they have fucking library. See, we're going to get misstepped right out of this game now. Oh, it didn't happen. All right, we might have a chance. All right, now we got him out of the library at least. Like, Dredge, I think, needs to be taken down a bit. Solo Moxon, thanks for the follow. Like, I think Dredge needs to be taken down a peg, but I don't think restricting Bazaar is reasonable. What would you do, Rat? All right, what do we got? I need this brainstorm to resolve and also find stuff. I don't need it to resolve enough to Force of Will a Spell Pierce. That sucks. A lot of people just have crazy ideas for the Vintage format. Well, Modern Horizons is just giving Dredge 2 more free spells that they're going to want to play. Like the Force of Negation and Force of 2 Disenchants. Both go straight into Dredge and make the deck more powerful, while we get 0 cards that interact with it. Yeah, so you know. And the Mulligan rule, I think, will result in restriction of Mox Opal. And the restriction list is going to have to move around with the Mulligan rule. Maybe that'll be the thing that finally restricts Bazaar. Or not Bazaar, Shop. But Wizards has made it pretty clear that they're not in the shop restricting business. They're too protective of the secondary market to do what's right for the format. You think they should test unrestriction first? Like what? Like, give us, like, I don't know, what card could you unrestrict? Like, give us 4 Gushes again? To try to fight, like, give blue a chance? Like, what are we unrestricting that would make things better? Everything is restricted for a very good reason. and give us Chaos Orb. Treasure Cruise. Alright, well, I'm going to force this, and then I'm going to die when they counter it. Because their hand is perfect right now, and mine is not. Jesus. Ponder, Gush, or Imperial Seal? We don't even play one Imperial Seal. Why would having 4 of them available improve the format at all? Like, I've not even seen that card in a deck in a very long time. In 4 Brainstorms. But, okay, so does that improve Vintage, though? I know that's a loaded question because that means something completely different to everyone. But, like, competing with the, like, bullshit turn 2 decks, like Dredge, by enabling more bullshit turn 1 decks to just race it, does not seem like a solution to me. Oh god, they had main deck Tear and the White Mox to cast it? Alright, we're done. Had enough. Yeah, we got crushed there. Alright, so this is their Jeskai. Alright, so that's a pretty, like, conservative approach. At, like, no big government kind of approach. Just, like, let the people be free and let everything be disgusting. Like, really the core of the issue is that Vintage is the place where cards go to die. Like, every mistake in Magic's history just is on display in this format, which is fine. Like, that's what the format is for. But I don't think there's ever going to be a way to balance Vintage. There's nothing fun about a solved format. Like, if we just unrestrict everything go crazy, there will probably be a deck that is just more broken than the rest of them. And, like, right now, I think for, like, the past 3 or 4 years, Shops has been that just solved format best deck by a lot. But they have not done anything about it yet. They keep restricting the wrong pieces. Yeah, I know everything's obviously hyperbole, but, like, some stuff. Like, everything's on the restricted list because it earned a spot there. But it sucks that they're a white deck. They're going to have Swords to Plowshares against my Tarmogoyf. And I'll keep this hand, but we're dead to Misstep, which I'm sure my opponent plays 3 or 4 of. And, like, I guess I should not turn 1 Ponder. And I think the London Mulligan does a lot of good for the format in general. Alright, I will Ponder right now. Fuck your Misstep. Don't have it. Oh, great. No help there. Alright, we found a second land. And Karn arrives. So Shops was already oppressive and completely restriction worthy. The only reason it's not restricted is because Shops is a $1,500 Magic card. And the blue decks used to have a clean line against Shops, a clean plan to build up enough mana to Hercules recall them in their end step, and then deploy threats and take over from there. But now they have a single card, unherkable plan to win the game. Like Karn just arrives, and it can't be herked. It gets vault, it gets key, and then you die. And if you try to herk them at any point in that, they just replay all their artifact mana and vault key you anyway. Like there's just, and if you had a counterspell, you would have hit Karn. So like once Karn resolves, then they know. Oh, that is definitely. Now the like what's a different deck's plan against Shops that makes Karn okay? Yeah, Big Poe. I'm in the same boat, but I kind of have to play it sometimes. Also, Karn just has words on it that it's just a one-sided effect of one of the most potent sideboard cards in the format. I would agree with that, Big Poe. Like, I have this image from, like, every year I get this reminder, like, on Facebook where it's like, your memory from 1 year ago or whatever. And the very same banned and restricted announcement where they banned Ayabugan in Modern because, quote, it makes more sense to ban one land than several cards that it enables. That's like literally what they said. And then the next paragraph on that same page was Lodestone Golem is restricted in Vintage. It's like, okay, what happened to that smart thing you said in the previous line? Because it's gone now. All right, Force of Will. Do I want to fight over this thing? No, I got my 2-for-1 out of it. I'll take it. Yeah, I'll try to find it when we're not in a game, but like it was literally the same banned and restricted announcement. I mean, Ballista is a good payoff, certainly, but like Phyrexian Revoker is a restrictable Magic card. Like that card's real stupid, and they get to play 4 of it. Mishra's Workshop enables all this stuff. They get to keep that. Like outside of Workshop, Revoker is thoroughly restrictable. Put on top, put on top. It's only good because people play things that give it good targets. What, like the Moxes? Like the cornerstones of the format? Like what is a deck builder to do to have no targets for Phyrexian Revoker in their deck? Like the Phyrexian Revoker is pressure that plays into Shop's plan. Like Shop's plan, which is to deny you all your resources, And your way to get ahead of their spheres is by playing Moxen, and then they have this beat stick that turns off your Moxen. But every target is super good when you're under a sphere. Like, I'm not talking about, like, Jace the Mind Sculptor is my only win condition. I'm talking about, like, they had a turn 1 sphere. I played my land. I tapped my land to put Mox Ruby into play. Then I pass the turn. Then they turn off my Mox Ruby while building to their clock. Oh, we're still on my draw step. Whoops. I guess it doesn't really matter. At that point, you think I lost anyway? No, like, one of the best things you can do against a sphere is play out some Moxen. Like, you pay 1 mana for your Moxen, the next turn you untap with 2 or 3 mana, and now you're at parity with the sphere on, like, the turn clock wise. Like, you got ahead of your lost land drops. Like, that's literally the plan against shops. In vintage decks, don't play that many lands for a reason. Is it possible I should have kept Mindbreak Trap in my hand? I mean, like, if your argument is that you should just scoop to a sphere, then vintage is broken beyond repair. Like, full stop. Like, you can play through a sphere. That's why Sphere of Resistance is unrestricted, but Chalice of the Void is restricted. Because Chalice of the Void means you don't even get to play Magic. Like, you don't get to grind your way up out of the spheres. You're done. You cannot cast your spells. Alright, so now we're in these, like, goofy Xerox mid-game. You think Chalice should be unrestricted? You are out of your mind. Completely out of your mind. Yeah, Chalice is among the most horrific bullshit of a card that has been printed. And it was insane that you were ever allowed to have 4 of them. So I could deck them. They get to draw 1, but they have to discard 2. Alright, I'm not sure if this is right, but I like all the cards in my hand. Like, what am I decking for? No, it's the fact that you said you've never played when it was you could play 4 is really telling. Like, that's the only reason you would believe that it's remotely acceptable. Yeah, probably. Table space. Chalice decks will probably be better in Modern, but we had a Modern Pro Tour featuring the London Mulligan rules. So, like, we have a pretty good look. Like, all the best minds in the world really tried to break Modern with this rule, and they didn't. So I think Modern's going to be okay, but like Tron decks, like Chalice decks will have Chalice more often, but Tron decks will have Tron more often, and Tron decks have no respect for Chalice of the Void. But Rat, so the four Chalice world, it's a different kind of locking. It's like a ridiculously one-sided, like non-game version of locking. Like a turn one Sphere of Resistance, like I said, it's like it's just like they have a turn one sphere. It's like, okay, that's annoying. Land, pay one for a Mox. If I'm lucky, pay one for another Mox. And then I'll untap against, and I'll untap with a bunch of mana available for next turn, and I'll be ahead of that first sphere anyway. But like Chalice, like if they go and check this out, look at this math. Mishra's Workshop taps for 3, which means they get to play Chalice, or they get to play Sphere with 1 floating, which is enough to play Chalice on 0. So how that game ends up looking is all your spells cost 1 more, and you can't play Moxes to get out from under it. It's just not an option. Simply doesn't exist. So it's just like there's no game to play. It's not like you got locked out and like it was a grind and you didn't quite get there. It's not like you missed that third land drop for the clutch Hercules or the clutch Ancient Grudge or whatever. It's like, no, you were never in the game. You never had a chance. Go sit down. Yeah, I imagine Chalice on 1 against Tron does in fact hurt it, but the London Mulligan rule will make that less of the case. Because like Chalice on 1 does stop map and all the baubles. Like it, yeah. Chalice is not a blank magic card. Brian, I am not qualified for the Invitational. I am playing Legacy and Vintage all weekend. God, am I getting jaced? Dak. Okay, I'm glad I didn't play that Lotus. Wow, look at their super cool Dak. The Masterpiece Series Dak. And as far as decks that challenge Xerox, like Dark Ritual Storm decks, like Dark Petition Storm, just shit houses Xerox. Like there are decks that crush Xerox, but they're terrible against shops. Which is not like a problem in and of itself, because that's what a metagame is. Table Space, thanks for the sub. Ooh, Thing in the Ice, that's fun. Yeah, Brian, that's right. I'm playing Miracles in Legacy, and I'm still testing my Vintage here. I'm not in love with anything in Vintage. Black Lotus. All right, let's see if Young Pyromancer can race this Thing in the Ice. Or maybe I just play Dak here. Yeah, I think I need to play Dak, because Young Pyromancer is actually very bad against Thing in the Ice, and we already know that from having our a brain in our head. Yeah, I'm not new to Vintage. I've been playing it for over 10 years now, and I was there when we had 4 chalices. I was there when we had 4 lodestone golems. Like, I remember that world, and it was a shitty world. Like, straight up horrendous, awful world to exist in. Speaking of awful worlds to exist in, how about this Mox Emerald when my opponent has Dak? Do I discard Young Peasy? What's my plan against this thing? Can I ever beat Thing in the Ice? Is it possible? Oh, I have Pyroblast in my hand. Never mind. I can beat Thing in the Ice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's lucky. That's the right number. Yeah, Brian, I did not qualify for the Envy this time. I only went to 2 Star City Opens, and I did not day 2 either of them. Oh, they did have a Force. Okay. Yeah, I'm holding Pyro. We figured it out eventually. Alright, so they have 2 cards in their hand. They get to keep dacking, though, so it's a little ugly. We're up on cards, but behind on tempo here. Snapcaster Mage. They get to Gitaxian Probe. I'm not going to misstep Gitaxian Probe. That's not going to happen. They can see what I'm up to over here. It's fine. Yeah, ride or die. You pretty much, unless you are just a wealthy person, in which case, congratulations. But unless you are just a rich person, just buying into Vintage right now is not particularly feasible. I did see Menguchi's blue-red scred list for Pauper. Menguchi and I exchange... Oh no! We talk about Pauper back and forth on Twitter from time to time. He posts his list, I post mine. Because we've been working on the same deck for a long time. Got him. Alright, I guess I should Dak myself first. Oh, it's weird. Dak is so weird. I guess, like, a loot's a loot. Let's do it. Alright, I don't need a second Dak. And I can bin this Young Peasy, I think. Maybe that was a huge mistake, but here we are, making them together. Yeah, Menguchi has been talking about all of the relevant Pauper cards, potential Pauper playables that have come out in the new set. All the new preview cards. Alright, so I can snap Power Blast Dak next turn, and then the board is stable, but I have Dak and they don't. That Wasteland last turn was brutal, though. And if they find a... like a Dig Through Time or Treasure Cruise right now, that would be rough also. Yeah, ride or die. It's crazy. Like, I remember growing up, like, my entire Magic life. Like, I started playing in, like, 1997. And when I was starting to get a feel for... Oh, no, what are you doing? This is a gush. Yeah, when I was... Oh, Dig Through Time. Even worse. Okay. Yeah, so when I was starting to... When I realized there was a secondary market and a tournament scene and stuff when I was in, like, upper middle school, Like a set of power cost $3,000, like the whole set, all 9. And that number was like pretty close to accurate for a lot of years. Like just in my brain, like in my old like nostalgic memory, tucked deep in the recesses, a set of power cost $3,000. And if only that were still true. Like Lotus is like 6 or 7K right now for a beat up one. Moxin are like 2,000 each. It is kind of crazy. Like if you're not wealthy or already well along the way, like MTG Goldfish does this awesome thing. Here, I'm gonna pull up MTG Goldfish real quick. So like here's the vintage metagame. Blue Red Xerox. This deck looks fun. Oh, $26,000 to build. Like, look at this. If you just decide you want to play vintage like today and you see this number, you're gonna run for the hills. Just gone. And Xerox is on the cheaper side. Like, let's find a PO deck. $35,000, $10,000 more than the Xerox deck was. That's nuts. Oh, Stu says he's got deals. Yeah, there are definitely like older people who've been playing vintage for a while who just like live their lives playing with power, winning power. Back through the Stone Age. Yeah, that seems pretty excessive. All right, let's hope this works. They would have to have force of will to break this up through my misstep. I guess they could daze me. Do they have the daze technology? Are they here on my level? Oh no. Oh, they have one misstep. Do they have 2? Because they knew about this one. Did it work? Oh, we did it. I guess I have to plus DAC. As much as I want this strip mine, like I gotta keep my momentum moving forward. Okay, that was easy. I still get to keep the strip mine. I'm gonna leave Snapcaster as a blocker, because if we can get to a board where I have DAC and they have not DAC, we're gonna pull ahead pretty quick. Ah, fuck, right off the top. I guess it's possible that they just had that the whole game because they knew I had misstep and they were trying to bait it out. Yeah, ride or die. Everyone who ever sold power wishes they kept it pretty much because the numbers are just insane. All right, Spell Pierce is a good draw. Bang. Get that red land out of here. All right, Dak, keep going, buddy. Let's find an Ancestral Recall or something. Yeah, like Van Wedge, everyone has stories like that where like one of my best friends, he sold a set of 40 dual lands to pay his girlfriend's rent at one point. Like, how much is rent? Like a couple $100? He sold 40 duels for a couple $100 and then rebought them a few months later. God, are we just getting mentored right now? Narset. I'm not okay with that. Let's hope they don't have a misstep. Though they probably do, because you get 4 of those. Tilt. Alright, now we have to fight through this Narset. And they have a Pyroblast. Cool. Are they ready to attack yet? Nope. Well, Dak, do one more good deed on your way out. So now I have to be the beatdown. Because they can clear Dak anyway. And this Mind Break trap's looking pretty embarrassing right now. Though I guess if they just like suddenly go off with like Gush into some other shit, it might pay off. Yeah, every old player, like I've been playing since like 96, 97, so I definitely know that, you know, like when I was in early high school, one of my friends traded a bunch of like Yu-Gi-Oh bulk for Taigas. Just like Taigas were that cheap. They were like 15, 20 bucks, whatever. And he just like upgraded his casual deck with these Taigas that he traded Yu-Gi-Oh bulk for. All right, there's the first spell. Just play two more and we got him. Shit. And just like the money I spent back in the day on anything that wasn't dual lands or power, all feels like lost money at this point. Like I remember when Moxes were like 50s or 100s and like Lotus was like 3 to 500. Like how many could I have bought if I just like if I knew, though I guess if I knew the future I would have been buying like Intel stock, not power. But it's pretty fucking close. Like payoff wise. Are they ghosting me or are they just a genius? Well, I guess I have to deck them. The decking plan is go. Because I'm going to keep plussing this guy. But Narset makes him pretty bad. The old mind rot yourself, Planeswalker. So these last two matches have really shown like the problem with trying to play fair. Like if our opponent was on chops in either of those other matchups, like we could have made some land drops, played some cards, it would have been a good time. But instead, all this other shit is happening. Like we're just in this grindy Xerox mirror, which is a complete shit show because of Narset. Like I can't draw cards anymore because they had a one-turn window to resolve this thing, and here it is. Oh, that's gross, ride or die. Sorry to hear that. Snapcaster Mage. Okay. Targeting Ancestral Recall. Are they going to target me with that for the Rubbins? Don't they know my plan is to deck them at this point? They're playing right into my hands. Ooh, Snapcaster is nice. So now I have Spell Pierce and Snap Pyroblast. I guess I could have Snap Pyroblasted right now and then decked myself like a smart person. Yeah, ride or die. As far as playing, like before I started streaming, I was pretty staunchly anti-Magic Online. Like it was just totally not what I wanted to be doing with my money or my time. But it's actually just fine. Well, they have a Snapcaster Mage, and they still have Mentor somewhere in their deck. All right, so they've played 2 spells this turn so far. Let's go, Snapcaster. Do I not have a Pyroblast in my side? Where'd my Pyroblast go? Oh, it's in exile. Whoops. Okay, they cast 3 spells. We're good. Counter you, you, and you. Which of their 5 cards are they going to use to counter this now? Oh, wow. This is all just going to happen? Alright, let's put this Lightning Bolt in Snapcaster Town. We might be able to clear this Narset after all, despite being a huge idiot last turn. Alright, I guess I wasn't a huge idiot. No, I could have bolted it last turn with Spell Pierce back up. That's weird. I'm surprised we won that counter war. I guess they don't have a second red at this point. Alright. Ponder away, opponent. These decks also contain a crazy amount of air. Like, my opponent has 13 cards left in their library and hasn't really done anything. Alright, do you have a misstep? I guess I should bolt Snapcaster. Because I get to attack Narset if they can't counter this anyway. And this gets both of them. Alright, they did have... Oh, they had Force Pitching Preordain. Alright, they're at 4 life. The mill plan continues. Then next turn I can Emblem Dak. And then something happens. I'm not sure what it is, though. Yeah, that is true. Though that doesn't help me with my decking plan. I don't know if decking is a real plan, but I'm certainly doing it. Yeah, because I can't draw at all. Like, it's not like draw 2, discard 2, just mill 2. It's like, you just can't even draw. Because they still have this Pyroblast that we've known about forever. Bonus Narset. That just goes deeper into their deck. They've got 9 cards left. The race is on. Let's hope they have to put Mentor on the bottom at this point. Mox Ruby. I would happily steal that. I'm also pretty sure that's not what they were looking for with this Narset. Alright, let's draw a Lightning Bolt or Red Blast. Alright. They're feeding the Dak? Oh no, they're killing the Dak. Alright. Dak finally died. Alright, we have Force of Will up. Like, maybe I'm not in this game at all, but it certainly feels like I am, which is weird. It shouldn't feel like that. Spell Pierce, boo. Is it Mentor time? Yes, it is. Well, I'll make them Spell Pierce now, at least. Oh, it's time to draw a Lightning Bolt. There's one left. Or Tarmogoyf. It's Tarmogoyf time. Yeah, like timing them out and decking them out are both options. Though not if they can just like do a bunch of Mentor stuff right now, But how many spells can they even have left that are castable? And they don't need many, unfortunately. Come on, Tarmogoyf. All right, we're going to scry 2. They should misstep this if they have it, just to trigger Mentor. Yeah, they agreed. Scry 2, too good. All right. So now we're taking 4. Oh no, that's probably lethal. That's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They need 2 more spells to kill me this turn. They bottomed with Preordain. Oh, I really don't enjoy playing Xerox in Vintage. And it's not just because I'm losing. Like, this has not been a fun time for me. Bro, I'm having a bad time. All right, let's see if they can manage to spend 2 minutes going to their combat step. Yep, so super dead. Tarmogoyf never had a chance to arrive. Nah. All right, we're 0-2. Maybe we'll play against shops like we're supposed to. Yeah, my backup plan is still something with PO. Like, maybe it's completely batshit crazy to play PO in this meta, and I think that it is. Because Karn and Narset both beat it. But I think... Oh, it's Cyrus. My teammate, Cyrus. Yeah, so I know that Cyrus is out here testing Karn shops. Or at least he's supposed to be, because he's my teammate for the Team Eternal event. Yes. Famous shops player, Cyrus Cormangill. I'm going to keep this. The misstep's bad, but Dak's good. Days might be good. It depends on if we get a turn or not. Are we just getting Karned? Days, where were you? You betrayed me. All right, so good news is we can misstep a key, at least. So we're not just dead to vault key next turn. Yes, he is mostly famous for playing Storm decks, but he is smart and going where the wind blows him, which is the fuck away from Storm decks right now. One, two, three, four. Other Karn. Do I daze this? I don't think so. I think I need to work up to this young Pyromancer and Dak to have any chance at all. Sandman, I am playing Legacy, Cyrus is playing Vintage, and Will McGran is playing Old School. I guess I can save 2 life and just pay mana for this. All right, wishing for another key perhaps? Or is it time for Time Vault? Lattice, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, Daze. Let's daze him right out of Lattice Town. Oh, now we have Force too. All right, we might yet play this game. I'm fetching basics because he's already shown me that he has a Wasteland over there. God, I hope we get to daze this Lattice. That would be so fucked. Though he can still just make a 2-2 or a 3-3 and brick my offense. Yeah, it's time for this daze to pay off. Sphere, oh no. One, two, three. I'm gonna pitch the daze and try to cast the DAC. I just have to hope he can't suddenly generate 3 mana right now. Revoker. Oh no, he's gonna name DAC because he's smart. This sucks. God, he's so good at Magic. Fuck my life. Ancient Grudge. And we're dead. Yeah, we're getting Lattice next turn and there's nothing we can do about it. Ugh, Karn is bullshit. If we were on the draw though, we could have, or on the play, we could have dazed that Karn, sent him into the Stone Age. Alright, so all these things that kill artifacts come in. Pithing Needle comes in. There's not actually creatures in the Karn deck other than the ones that bad Karn creates. Alright, so 4 cards come in, 4 cards come out. Squeaky clean sideboard plan. Alright, let's draw a Tarmogoyf. What's up, Log T? This is the matchup where we're supposed to be testing Tarmogoyf. Can we please do it? Alright, this hand's actually awesome. Because I can Brainstorm with a fetch land still up, then fetch and Spell Pierce. So this is really good, especially on the play. If there's a fair hand that can beat a Karn deck, it's got to be this one. So we're going to Brainstorm into Tarmogoyf and then cast a 3/4 Tarmogoyf next turn. Oh, that would be insane, Log T. If that's their solution to send me to Asia instead, I'll fucking go. That sounds great. When is it? Let's Spell Pierce a Karn, please. Alright, you can have that. Tolarian Academy, folks. Spyglass, huh? Days, I love you. So I'm going to put back Snapcaster and Tropical Island. And then I'll fetch. Ugh, I hate playing into Wasteland, but I am going to need green and red mana this game. I guess he gets to name Narset. Maybe I should have put Narset back in the deck. But this is a big wall of blue. Narset is an easy pitch to Force of Will, if that's where we end up. 18th to 19th of August. I cannot attend that date. That is when I go back to school for the year. Alright, I guess I can give him a Revoker. I could have dazed this, but I think having lands in play is going to be more important. Alright, show me your moves. I should have just dazed this thing. I forgot I can turn off Sapphire. Oh, Jesus. Ooh. That doesn't do anything at all. I guess I can at least put it into play. Wasteland and Lodestone Golem. So we have a hand that's great against Karn, but just dead against... but super punished by Wasteland. Alright, let's check this Eternal Weekend Asia out. Yeah, this 2018 was last year. God, we're getting absolutely crushed right now. The good news is if we draw Tarmogoyf, we're still just in it. The bad news is I have to force this thing. And Daze is not going to do anything this game. I guess if I draw Strip Mine, Daze could have been good again, but Spell Pierce is good too. Come on, Tarmogoyf, Dak Faden. Ancient Grudge? What do you do? You have to be good, right? Alright, so if I sack this for red, then I'll have 2 mana floating. I'm 1 short. Alright, yeah, I'm 1 short of anything useful happening there. So I'll just hold on to this Ancient Grudge for now. Maybe, what if, oh god. I was just going to say, what if one time in history a Shops player just didn't draw the perfect card off the top of their deck? But of course he just did. Alright. Like, what if that was just Ancient Tomb and we got a free turn to breathe? But no, it's impossible. Alright, we drew a land, which is what we needed last turn to function. So if I zap this and this, red, 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 green. Yeah, now there's no way to free up this Narset either. So I basically just have to zap his 2 creatures. And then we just die to a top deck Karn. Whatever. All right, so now maybe brick on a draw step, please. Please don't cast Karn. All right. Phyrexian Revoker's back. See, like, this is what I was talking about before. Like, this card is totally restrictable. All right, I'm going to put Narset into play, so she's ready in case I draw a way out of Spyglass. Though, I have no red mana, so that doesn't even matter. Oh, now he draws Ancient Tomb. Alright, that's pretty good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, Tarmogoyf is here. Maybe we'll get to cast this thing. They printed non-mana ability Revoker. It's called Pithing Needle, and it's totally fine. Oh no, don't do stuff. Jesus. And he already has the key in play? Ugh. Couldn't give me 1 turn. 1 fucking turn. And even has enough mana. He has exactly enough mana to... Oh no, he had a ton floating. Alright, so we're just dead. Yeah. Alright. This deck is garbage. I'm never playing it again. Right. All right, we're done. Never playing this deck again. We got crushed by everything, including the deck. We lost to the mirror. We got absolutely shithoused by Dredge. And then we lost to the deck that I built this deck with the hopes of defeating. And my opponent drew very well. And of course it's a result oriented. But I don't have time. Like, I'm not a robot that can just like play out thousands of matches and develop actual win percentage. And I'm sure I played some optimally along the way. But I certainly did not have fun at any point in any of those matches, which is my only important measure in Vintage. All right, we're going back to this. I'm going to try to make this work. All right, so what happens? How do I build this deck to have game against Karn? So there's this awesome sideboard plan against Xerox where you just bring in 4 Mana Gorger Hydra, which is a card that they can never beat. Unless they have Swords to Plowshares or Jace the Mind Sculptor. But I think these Lavinias will have to be in the main. Yeah. The race to cast Karn and Narset, that is the meta we live in, and it's awful. But it is just true. No way around it. All right, so what can I do with this deck? So Flusterstorm would have to leave the main deck for sure. What's it going to turn into? So this could be like Ceremonious Rejection or Chain of Vapor. It should probably be Chain, because Chain can remove Karn from play and give you that 1-turn window you need. Yeah, Log T. I don't blame anyone for doing that. I tweeted the other day that I was looking at the standard MCQ on Friday instead of Vintage, which, I mean, if the next 3 days go poorly, it's still on the table. But, like, I don't know. Like, even though I don't play a lot of Standard, my win rate historically in that format has been pretty high. But it also costs half as much. Like, the Vintage event at SCG Con is $100 to play in, and the MCQ is $50. And I'm less than $50 away from any standard deck I'd want to build. Well, the standard deck I would want to build. There's only one I'm super excited about. All right, so Chain. What if this was a rug deck? I kind of like Is It Phoenix? I see that it's been doing well. I played an invitational tournament with a standard portion back in January that I top-8'd, and I went undefeated in the standard portion with Is It Phoenix. And it got upgraded with the red finale that just like casts your whole graveyard again. So that deck's pretty cool, and I know how to play it proficiently. Why would you do that, Log T? The London Mulligan's great. That is the format. All right, so this one, this is a PO list that tried to adapt to the meta. What is it doing? All right, what colors is this deck? Is it just straight up Is It? I kind of like that. Blue-red. Like, I was thinking of Rug. So, like, I like that it's red instead of white. Empty the Warrens and Grapeshot are pretty wonky. And Grapeshot's pretty cool. That can kill a Karn and a Narset. I feel that. 4 Narsets. Oh, this is hateful. 3 mental misstep, gross. Pyroblast main. There's some things here that I like, and some things that I don't like at all. I definitely like that there's red involved. I think tomorrow I might build that standard deck on Arena when I'm not streaming and see how I feel. The first round with Goyfs did not go well at all. We tried this. We got absolutely dumpstered by Dredge. And then we lost a super grindy one to the mirror. And then we got absolutely dumpstered by Karn Shops, which is the deck that we put this deck together to beat, quote unquote. But I think Karn Shops is probably just unbeatable. That's awesome, Oz. The Jeskai control deck seems really good in standard. Like if I had access to just all cards, I would probably be really interested in that. I played Bant at a MCQ 3 weeks ago, and I made top 8, and Bant was pretty sweet. What's up, Garrett? Are you an anti-pithing needle person? So here's the deck, now that Justin is here. This is a deck Justin linked me to the other day, and it's certainly powerful. Now, I'm going to stream this one. I'm going to jump into a league with this while we talk about other options. But I've been consistently I've been consistently 3-2 with this deck, which does not bode well for a 7-round tournament that the Power 9 series certainly will be. But I have not just bricked a league yet. Yeah, the one thing I've noticed about this deck is the one thing that I really don't like about it, I like the power level, I like the consistency at which it ramps up to its 4-mana payoff. I just don't like that there are only 8 payoffs in the deck. Alright, yes, I would like to play first. Alright, right after complimenting how good this deck is at getting to 4 mana, we have a hand that can't get to 4 mana. Alright, and then here's the opposite problem. This deck can go straight to 3, 4, 5 mana, but has no payoff. So we gotta ship this. Alright, sweet. I'm in. Let's hope that they're Dredge. Please, sweet baby Jesus. Alright, there's no way to... I can get this Grim Monolith into play. Alright. So I can play Monolith and have 1 mana still floating when I twist. Alright, don't force of will me, bruh. If they have any counterspell, we just lose. Okay, sweet. But now we just spun our wheels into nothing. Nothing yet, anyway. Alright, there's a Voltaic key. Can we hardcast Force? We can if we play Mana Crypt. That also untaps Grim Monolith. Yeah, this is Justin's list. He linked me to this last week when I was streaming. All right, so we did a bunch of powerful stuff. Let's hope the Twister made their hand non-functional. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. We can Force of Will through 2 spheres. Yuck. All right, so Karn doesn't care about this, but PO can't really beat it. I'm going to let him have it. That might have been suicide. Yeah, this deck definitely needs more payoffs. Oh no. Yeah, Thought-Knot's here is pretty cool. Alright, so now it's the race of Mana Crypt versus drawing Karn. Let's just draw Karn and win, please. Karn? Time Walk is kind of like Karn. Except instead of winning the game instantly, I get to take another 3 damage and draw a card. Alright, Karn, it's time. Eldrazi PO? That seems worse than Karn, but I appreciate that you're out there doing stuff. Alright, I no longer have double blue. Oh yeah, I do. I can untap my Opal. I'm good. I can still Force of Will. Yes, this is literally who can draw Karn first. Welcome to Vintage. Chief of the Foundry. It's not Karn, so I have to let it resolve. I guess they couldn't play Karn. They only have 3 mana. How about a Karn? Blaze deck. Yeah, we want to flip. All right, now we win. Easy game. Wop. And just like that. Yes. And yes. And put this into play. And you're dead, opponent. Would you like to concede? We already have the key. I wonder if they're on tilt or if they're just wondering if I know how to target my own Mana Crypt. Like, are they going to make me do this? I guess so. It is certainly within their rights to make me play out my cards. I'm not mad. There's no Lattice. There is a Blightsteel, though, that I can eventually just cast. Oh. Wait, why is this a 1/1? Oh, shit, they have Chief of the Foundry. That's tight. Okay. Good thing it doesn't matter. That's interesting. Alright, Mana Vault I can cast. Let's do it again. Yeah, eventually I'll just get like a bridge and start beating down. And I guess eventually means now. Ensnaring bridge. Alright, now they are just dead. It might take a minute, but they're dead. Oh, that makes it even easier. I can get rid of this thing. I do have to watch my life total. It's kind of small. Are you satisfied, opponent? All right. We navigated it. Oh, the Chief of the Foundry Chalice interaction is pretty funny, though. Good to know. Now. Alright, so this shit comes in. Mental Misstep comes out. Merchant Scroll. Like, I normally cut Merchant Scroll against Shop's type decks because it's so wonky, but like it's so mana inefficient to do this, but it being another payoff is big. Yeah, I'm not going to do it here, though I normally would. Like in regular PO, I would. What's the last cut? Yeah, I like keeping in Echoing Truth. I don't like it enough to bring in the other one, though. Windfall? Okay, that makes sense. Alright, let's battle. Yeah, like this deck is very good at powering up above the spheres. Like my opponent had a sphere in play and I just had so much mana it didn't matter. But it's just like getting a payoff into your hand that matters. If this hand had a blue source. Bummer. This hand is very good. You would have kept that 7? I don't know, that seems crazy to me. Tons of mana and Force of Will is enough. Like, you're not looking for a payoff. Maybe I'm just more willing to go to 6. Like, I understand the appeal of that hand. Yeah, but I had no blue mana. I was all dressed up with nowhere to go. Yeah, I had lots of payoffs. But, like, not a blue land off the top and I die. Like, I would keep the same hand with one less card at random on 6, but on 7, I don't know. I'm not ready to live in fear like that. Or I'm not ready to go crazy. Are we getting Karned? Like, I lost a number of games the past few days by my shop's opponent just, like, doing basically nothing. Like, Phyrexian Metamorph. Okay. Are you getting a Grim Monolith? Oh, another Soul Ring. I guess that's probably better. God, I hope they don't card me right now. Ratchet Bomb. Shit. I can still PO, but barely. Alright, whatever. You have Ratchet Bomb. They're probably just going to hit my 2 things right now. Like, if I force the Ratchet Bomb, I still can't PO. So this lets me draw an artifact and try it. Alright, I can hardcast Force with this situation. Yeah, this is an awkward one where we're both just sort of like pussyfooting around the main issue. All right. Is this thing getting in? Nope. Worm coil engine. So this kills me pretty quick. But if I crack off a PO, it doesn't matter. Just like any Mox. Okay. Okay. Let's draw 2 cards and see where this goes. Let's get some momentum here. It didn't go very far. Alright, so they can attack me for a bunch next turn. Oh, I could have played another Monolith, but then I couldn't have Force Up. So, alright. I think I'd rather have Force Up here. And if I draw a PO, I can PO for 4 cards. If I draw a Karn, I can just get Bridge. Foundry Inspector. Alright, so they're in for 8 this turn, and then 11 next turn. Alright, yeah, I'm dead anyway, so another creature doesn't matter. And this doesn't change the clock at all. I'm going to need a payoff either way. Alright, let's just draw a PO or Karn and win. Yeah! Who's your daddy? Karnarino. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I still need more mana here. Monolith. Five, 6, 7, 8, 6, 7. I only need 7. Is there a way I can keep one of these? Nope. Alright. 2, 3, a 4. Hello, my name is Karn. You're dead now. All right, let's hope this is good enough. Like, I don't even know what they could have. I guess Ballista, maybe, but they can't activate it. So, yeah, I don't know. Here we are. Yeah, whenever you draw a Karn, at any point in any game, even if you're super dead on board. All right, Arcbound Ravager. Ooh, that could kill me. No, it can't. It's still just a 1/1. It's a long way off from killing me, and if I can empty my hand, I'll be fine. Yeah, it gets under bridge for now. Alright, is there... Sensei's Top could be sweet. I could also... Yeah, so I can get Top. Yeah, Karn is real dumb. Put this Top in my hand. Alright, so can I empty my hand this turn? I would have to get this Force of Will out somehow. So... Sensei's Top is in play. I can cast Mana Vault and force it. Alright, this makes 7. Alright, so I can spin my Top. Hurkyl's Recall. That's a good one. But probably unnecessary. That backup Karn looks pretty good, though. Alright. There we go. Now we're in old Hellbenderino world. Plus target nothing, I guess. All right, no target. I was trying to figure out if there was something clever to do, but I don't think there is. Recarn. Keep this one. Get the Time Vault. Or maybe I'll get the key first. Doesn't matter. I'll get the key first. Because key can draw extra cards with top or untap my monoliths. And I'm floating this Hercule's Recall on top. So even if they somehow, by some miracle, do anything that matters, which I don't think they can, I can just put all their permanents in their hand. All right, we did it. Overpowered the Karn deck with our own Karn deck. All right, I'm going to refill my drink real quick. I'm getting a little raspy. Here's the deck. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Let's continue carning and rolling, everyone. Kali Ma. Carny Ma. Let's actual turn one someone. Come on, deck. We've got the power. Yep, Mox is up. Mox is up. Come on, let's get a vintage 5-0. Let's trophy. This league ends during Wednesday's downtime. Let's get one trophy on the board before it does. I've been playing Legacy this whole vintage league. The whole run of this league, so no trophies to show. Looking at this deck, I'm just trying to figure out if I can justify signing up for a 7 or 8 round tournament with it. Like, Justin, do you actually think this deck is good or just powerful? Like, is this just the extreme of the format we live in as a thought experiment? Or is it actually a viable deck that could win a tournament? Like, having more payoffs... Yeah, I don't know either. It's hard to tell. Having more payoffs would be big. Huh. Stu, we're 1-0, undefeated on the night with this pile. Yeah, like, having like 2 more payoffs in the deck would make me pretty happy. Like, Thoughtcast has been really good. Yeah, exactly. RNG's is Guide Our Hand. Thoughtcast is sweet. It's really nice that we can just play 1 mana Divination. Maybe this Echoing Truth should be something else, though this does hit Narset or Karn, whatever ails us. Two missteps is a little weird. Like these I'm usually pretty cool with not having misstep or Flusterstorm or whatever in the main deck of my combo deck. So at least one of these missteps I can see being another payoff. Yeah, definitely. So there's 7, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 20, 24 blue cards with our forces. Yeah, I did miss the 4th Thoughtcast. Like every time I draw a Thoughtcast, I'm pretty stoked about that. Can make that change for the next one. This deck also has the added bonus of I can build it in real life without buying any Magic cards. If I wanted to play Karn Shops, which I do believe is the best deck, I would have to borrow 3 workshops, which might be difficult on 4 days' notice here. All right, so what does this hand do? It can Ancient Tomb, Voltaic Key, Opal. Yeah, I just only own 1 Mishra's Workshop in real life. Because I thought I was clever and 1 would be the correct number to own a few years back. But joke's on me. Alright, so this hand, if I force something, then I can't do, this hand doesn't do anything. And yeah, I am gonna mulligan. I'm just gonna talk through it. So Ancient Tomb casts Voltaic Key with 1 floating, and there's Mox Opal. Mox Opal still is an artifact away from being on. Though if we did draw a Mox, we could Thoughtcast this turn, but not Opal. Yeah, I think 6 can do better. All right, here we have an easy turn 1 Karn. Second land. Do I want this? I think I do. In case they are shops, I don't want to run out my academy, or I won't be able to cast spells. Oh, library go. You're not going to like where this goes. Yeah, turn 1 Karn. Better mulligan until I can do it with force backup. Good thought. All right, let's see if I can bait a mental misstep with this Voltaic Key. This hand is in trouble to Force of Will. All right, one of us is about to lose the game. Let's find out who it was. Yeah, I mean, they're already not librarying. Oh, okay. Or we just win. Time Vault? Are you going to Mind Break Trap that? Because Karn was your chance. Boop. All right, the old turn 1 victory. We did it. Thoroughly vintaged. Let's go off with PO now, too. That's not going to happen. All right, we kill our Mana Crypt here. And they should concede to that if they have any class at all. All Alright, nope. We're gonna have to beat down. Alright, just anything with a converted mana cost will do. Alright, here's defense grid. Now that's going to attack for 2 every turn. Oh, I should have untapped Grid Monolith. I had the mana. Good thing it doesn't matter. Alright, concede to Gataxian Probe at least. Don't give me this information for free. Alright, so they're a classic Xerox deck of some variety. They probably just F6'd and went to get a sandwich out of spite. That is the level of rage Vintage induces right now. Alright, can I cast Blightsteel now? So I have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 12. Yeah, and I don't even have to... Don't even have to tap my Grim Monolith. Maybe I should Time Twister and peel them off too. If they do this again in game 2, I will. That was great. And this combo doesn't even take long to execute. Yep, salt, 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 salt. Alright, so they're Xerox, which means I want my counter spells and my defense grids. And the rest of these cards can remain in the sideboard. Hurkyl's Recall can take a break. Mindbreak Trap's pretty medium, and on the draw, I don't love Windfall. Echoing Truth can bounce Narset, which may or may not matter, so I'm going to leave that in. Let's go! I would hate to twist them into something that they could do, though. Like, I don't even know, like, what card could exist, but I don't want them to have it. Like, maybe they have a pre-release copy of Force of Green. Alright, so this has a turn 2 Karn, or turn 1 if we draw a non-Opal Mox. I'm going to keep this, and I have Misstep to protect me, and Probe to clear the way. Alright, let's hope they're all in on Pyroblast. Show me your moves. Misstep, huh? I'm gonna misstep that. If they care, then so do I. Like, I have Karn, so I'm not worried about Pyroblast. What the fuck is Chain of Pakula? Spell Pierce, okay. So, maybe we did want that misstep still in our hand. Alright, so Preordain, Snap. Oh, this is actually pretty rough. Like, if they pierce this monolith and waste me, we're in the Stone Age. Okay, Stone Age it is. So they can waste and preordain, setting up a treasure cruise for next turn. Though maybe they'll live in fear. Maybe they'll think that my deck's just full of mana and they can let me have the Ancient Tomb. What did he do? Did he like Chain of Vapor someone else's anything and they just sack the land and bounces his Blightsteel? Any land? Nope. All right, we're in trouble. Back into the holding mode. How do they have so many cards in their hand? I guess they have had 2 draw steps and they preordained. Okay, fair enough. By force. You got me. Good thing they Bifrost. I would have been thought casting. Cali Furtado, what's up? Oh, we had a follow a while ago, but I was in the middle of a match. Solo Moxin. I'm going to bust this treasure in your honor. Dust Stalker. That looks way scarier than it is. And Table Space subbed. So Table Space is also a treasure in my heart. Ooh, Juzam Jin, kinda. 20 play points is good, though. Not bad. Alright, there's the cruise. Alright, let's draw something lethal right now. I mean, if they didn't find Force, this is a Karn. They kind of hesitated. I wonder if they're on tilt or if they actually don't have anything. Oh, they had a Force. Lucky. They had to pitch their Snapcaster Mage, though. Alright, fine. Raslanim, what's up? Alright, yeah, we just need a blue source and we're back in banana mode here. Nice Wasteland Donkey. Dak Faden would be brutal. Jace the Mind Sculptor would also not be great. They could Snapcaster Bifrost for 1. Narset. Okay, that sucks real hard. We probably can't beat that one. Yeah, so they baited me good earlier. I had a mental misstep that I used on their mental misstep on my probe, and then they spell pierced me. Whoa, Ross, what's up? Thanks for the Twitch Prime sub. Ross, treasure for your sub. What is Ross worth to me? Savannah Lions, wow. Hot stuff. Nim Deathmantle, the EDH All-Star. All right, they're going to see that my hand is full of bricks. Pithing Needle naming Karn, and then we lose. Or I guess they could name Key? Okay. That's something they can do. I'm just going to concede this one in the interest of time. We're not, like, all the way dead, but we're pretty close. I don't know. Maybe I should have played it out. Yeah, the Craig Wesco special. All right. Windfall gets better on the play. And that's a lot of Mox Opals. I'm going to go 1 less. Xerox is a deck that doesn't really afford you many dead draws. Like, their draws are all going to be good. Shit. Overloaded on payoffs, somehow. Alright, this is pretty sweet. A misstep breaks this hand up pretty well, but if they don't have it, I can Thought Cast or P. I can Thought Cast on turn 2. All right, I like that island. All right, that costs 2 now. I only have 1. I can Thought Cast next turn or just PO my face off. Yes, Savannah Lions was a rare. That card was in Alpha, Beta, Unlimited, and Revised, and then not in Magic for a very long time. And its return was quite triumphant. Like, yeah, I remember 8th edition came out back when there were Magic magazines. Oh my god, you have turn 1 Narset, you fucking donkey. So, back when there were Magic magazines, and I remember Savannah Lions being like the marquee card, like that was in the advertisements and stuff. This deck only plays 2 or 3 Moxes, so when they have draws like this, it's especially annoying. Like, they don't vintage very often. Like, if he has a Narset or a DAC here, that's a mega monster tilt. I can still Thoughtcast next turn if they have DAC. My hand becomes completely non-functional if they have Narset. Oh, Bifrost is also mega fucked. Yeah, or just Bifrost for 2 on turn 1. Jesus. This costs 4, and I only have 3. Yeah, Savannah Lions to Narset. That's the path we've followed. Oh, you also have Narset. Wow. All right, so we're dying to this God draw. Remember last league when we played Xerox and none of our hands function and we lost every single match? Meanwhile, my opponent's just like turn 1, Bifrost for 2, and then you're dead or something. Drawing Echoing Truth is nice. That gives us a long-term plan to get out from under this Narset. Though they are firing on all cylinders, they have Force of Will at the ready here. They're cantripping, they're Narsetting. God, these cards are dumb. Now they know exactly what I'm doing over here. Yeah, this opponent clearly just like dropped off the Dalai Lama's grandma at hospice or something and was very kind to her along the way. Something to earn all that great karma. That's okay. We Ramburgled our opponent off the top 2 times in a row last round. Yeah, Reed Duke level karma. Just like pausing your Pro Tour championship photos to help somebody push their car down the street. That's a true story. That's a thing Reed Duke did, if you didn't know that. Yeah, Reed Duke has all sorts of legends around him that like he just helped people do ridiculous things at ridiculous times. But like that's like the number one, like on the way with the photographer to get his Pro Tour winning photo, like he had a trophy in his hand. They just passed some people with a broken down car, and he helped them push it. He just put his trophy down and went and did that. All right, so we were talking about Misstep being the fourth Thoughtcast. I'll make that change right now. What did Reduke do? He stopped. See you later, Ride or Die. Thanks for hanging out. Reduke, on the way to take his Pro Tour winning photos, like he was with the photographer holding his trophy. They passed some people with a broken down car, and he like stopped to help them push it down the street. Yeah, we did just play against Xerox. According to MTG Goldfish, Xerox is the #1 deck on Magic Online still. Or the #1 played deck, not necessarily win rate, but highest meta share. And I think it's going to be big at SCG Con too, because it's just like a generic deck that someone who doesn't play Vintage but like has access to power would pick up. It just makes sense to a lot of Legacy players. We were fine against normal Xerox, but not Goddraw Xerox. What else can we do here? I want to get one more payoff in. Do we want a bad Karn? This Karn? And if so, where does it go? Oh, have fun, Garrett. Target was the store that I played at as a small child. I guess not necessarily a small child, as a like 13 to 16-year-old child. I was playing Magic long before I even knew going to a game store was a thing. I would just like buy packs at like the bookstore or whatever and play with my friends. But Target in Somerset, New Jersey, or Somerville, New Jersey, was the first game store I really showed up and was a regular at back in the day. How do we get a Karn in here? Can we play Mind's Desire? We can't play Mind's Desire. I'm just going to fantasize about a world where we can. I think the sideboard package is pretty tight. I like everything that's going on over here. I don't know. I think we'd have to cut a colorless card to keep our blue card up for count up for force. I was shorter than I am now, but I've always been tall at my respective age. So this hand doesn't do anything. It has lands and spells, but no turbo anything. This hand does even less. All right, we can PO with this hand. Our opponent's also on 5. Yes. So I'm just going to shove Grim Monolith into play and pass the turn. I can't PO this turn without sacrificing one of my artifacts to get a blue source. So I don't think that's worth doing. All right, Volcanic Island on 4. Shit, Wasteland. I would certainly say something that with the English measurement system and not the metric system. All right, let's hope they don't have a counterspell. Hooray! Is that true, Justin? Like, all versions feel pretty terrible. Or is that the joke? The sad, sick joke. Yeah, okay, so the Bant builds with like Managorger or Hydra available are pretty fine. What's up, Lynn Chalice? All right, so cool trick, check it out. I'm gonna announce Thoughtcast when there's 4 artifacts in play, and then I'm gonna sack Black Lotus and pay 1. And hopefully get paid off for this. All right, I'm not paid off yet, but I can PO some more. And hopefully this Karn arrives this turn. Okay, that just got bananas. All right, do we win this turn? I already have a key. Can I put this Karn into play? All right, I get to cycle one more time. I get to cycle again. Wow. Wait, I don't even need blue mana. I should be repealing Mana Vault for net 1. Taps for 3, cast... No, okay, that doesn't actually net 1. It's the same. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, we're 1 short. Maybe I could Thoughtcast and find one more. There's... All right. I would have had to find 2 more. All right, so... Maybe I should just get Defense Grid here. Need plus there? So if I get Defense Grid, that pretty much locks in... Okay, Bolt, yeah, Bolt's pretty bad. All right, I'll grab Time Vault. Yeah, okay. And then I'm just gonna pass. You'd play it? I can play it with Force of Will back up next turn. Yeah, if I wait a turn, I can play it with Force backup. Though they clearly don't have anything. All right, Wasteland's pretty good. See you later, Academy. I loved you when you existed. Don't forget to untap your shit. Gonna untap the one that hurts me if it's not untapped. Oh, we even drew a blue card. D. Sereno. Now I can wish for... Yeah, I'm even gonna get Defense Grid just to make sure we're in the clear. Also a win con. All right, we did it. Nice. Beat up the Xerox deck on 4 cards. Grid is so good against Xerox. My God. Yeah, having Relic of Progenitus to be able to continuously reset your Karn targets is pretty sweet. It's even good against Ancient Grudge though. Like with these big mana decks where you can deploy grid plus your combo in the same turn. Like if you have to grid, pass, untap, and hope it's good enough, then it's not as good. But it's insane in this deck that frequently just has 7 mana available. Are we on a slow ride to Karn Town? I think we can do better than this. Shit. That's so close to being good. Alright, we're on a fast ride to Karn Town. Alright. Does Mox Opal help this hand in any meaningful way? Yeah, alright. Library go. Let's hope they don't get a turn. So if they Force of Will, they're going to be way out of the library. Grim Monolith go. You'd play Karn with Lotus Tomb? Oh yeah, that does play around Mindbreak Trap. You're right. Well, missed the boat on that one. I think I'll just keep my Lotus around. Resolves. Resolves. Yeah. God, now what? Yeah, this leaves Opal on. I'm definitely getting something. I guess I'll get the Vault. Because I can naturally draw a key and then also wish for key. And then I have Misstep to protect from Misstep. They clearly don't have Force or they would have cast it. Like, did they keep on the strength of Library or is it Null Rod time? Because that would be shitty. It's totally Null Rod time. All right. Well, that's shitty. Shitty confirmed. All right, Karn, you're going to have to win this game on your own, big man. All right, another artifact. Just put that right into play. Yeah, Null Rod's rough. No doubt about it. I guess I just plus. I'll play the Time Vault out, though. In case we maneuver to a place where I can, like, Echoing Truth and Key in the same turn. Like, if I draw any... I guess I need a blue source first. So if I find a blue source and a bounce spell, I can win. No, we're not doing that. All right, Force of Will. I wish any of these had a mana cost that wasn't 0. Yeah, there's 2 islands in the deck. It's true. I guess I should just get Voltaic Key with Karn, so it's in play, and then I can at least attack for 1 with it. Backup Karn. Am I getting misstepped? Okay, that's actually fine. They missed their library. I can find another key another time. Yeah, all my blue sources are artifacts or artifact lands, which are also artifacts, as you can see from this Seat of the Synod in play. All right, we're halfway there. I'm going to grab this Sensei's Divining Top. Give this one a shot. Oh, they remembered the library. Lucky. Gotcha. I'm not even sure what we're playing towards here. Like, they're in the library, so like we're literally playing to draw a basic island. All right, now we have a beat plan. You can attack with a 1/1. Yeah, this game, I found when I was playing this deck over the weekend. Oh no, that's brutal. See you later, mana, for the rest of the game. So, when I was playing this deck over the weekend, I was impressed by how many games get into these situations where, like, neither player is really doing anything. And you just end up in this grind fest. I wish I could have got Defense Grid into play before. No, maybe not. Because if I play Defense Grid, then I can't force. See, are they going to bolt my top? Are they that lucky? Or that powerful? Oh, they're moving to discard. They got nothing over there. Discarding Dak Faden. That's scary. Or just on that basic mountain. A Tolarian Academy also just ends the game. They didn't kill that yet, did they? No, that was last game. Yeah, so Tolarian Academy are two basic mountains. I forgot about Academy this whole time I was talking about my outs. I'm ready, Robbie. When decks like that get played, it means PO is actually good again. Like, PO is really good at just shit burgling those goofball decks. All right, so I have 6 artifacts in play. If I draw Tolarian Academy, I can cast Defense Grid and then repeal Null Rod and then get Key. This is close. Guess I'll attack Narset. Get my attack in now, because now if they want to activate it twice, they lose it. This is such a stupid game. We're just praying for Tolarian Academy at all times. If they cast like a Bifrost or Ancient Grudge or like almost anything, I will concede. Oh no, Wasteland. That messes up my Academy math. Mostly by meaning that I can't plan a long-term strategy around Academy. Or even if they get like a Snapcaster Mage into play, that's too good. Young Pyromancer I can't beat. None of that's even true though. So like at any point if I draw Academy and they don't have an answer, they lose. What a weird, weird, weird game. We're also getting lots of F6 value here because our hand doesn't do anything. It's weird that they're not using Narset. Like, they know I can't do anything. My hand just has no cards in it. I have no mana available. They should be getting some value here. Definitely if they're going into a Time Walk turn, they should at least like try to be a card deeper. But I guess they just cruised and they're already moving to discard. One, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah, still 6. That number hasn't changed. They now have 6 mana available. Are they going to Inferno Titan me? They could. The fact they fetched for Volcanic Island again makes me think they might not have Ancient Grudge. Like, they could just be straight blue-red. Like, they've had several opportunities now. 3 opportunities to get green mana if they want it. Unless they're just slow rolling their one trop in their hand, because it doesn't matter. All right. I've seen enough. Show me the Academy. Next card off the top. I guess we don't get to see it. Moda's being slow. I don't care that much. All right, so I'll bring in... Do I want another Echoing Truth? Like, is that even important? I have 2 repeals. My forces. Is Windfall better than Mindbreak Trap on the play? It's possible. All right, let's go. Let's keep a 7. That was a Malta 5. Lest we forget. And we only lost because they had exactly Null Rod. All right, how much mana does this make? This is a turn 1 Karn. Let's do it. I didn't sneak Key in there because that opens up this line to getting punished by Misstep, which I didn't have to do. Boo, Force. My nemesis, Force of Will. We have a backup Karn though. It'll just take a turn to get it online. Unless we draw Academy. Yeah, that's true. It's Jay. None of Rob's plan. Oh god, you just have Bifrost for 3. Or even better, they just have Null Rod. Fuck. Look at this hand. Just Force of Will into turn 1 Null Rod. Must be nice. Alright, we can still draw Academy and do stuff. Alright, their hand had no backup. Alright, we're looking for Academy here. Yawnfest 2K19. How many of these do you think they play? 1, 2? Defense grid, where were you when I needed you most? Yep, 6 permanents, none of which do anything. Fuck your preordain. Alright. Preordain resolves. Yeah, Null Rod's a huge problem for this deck. They bottom, still no land drop. Alright, Academy wins it. Academy? Oh my god. Give me a blue Saurus deck. I am drawing to a 1-outer in a 47 card deck here. Yeah, it didn't build it for Null Rod, clearly. Alright, so now Basic Island turns on Thoughtcast, and we get to start churning our engine a little bit. Pithing Needle, naming Karn, fuck. Alright, Academy is still our best draw. We're gonna go to discard pretty soon. Alright, there's the backup Null Rod, just in case we were concerned that they didn't have another one. Alright, so I think my discard is Flusterstorm. I need to save the defense grid, because that's going to be my make sure the coast is clear on my Academy turn. Alright, we don't have to go to discard at least. They're dumping Biforces. That there's something to be said there. We're in a contest to see who can be on tilt the most at the end of this match. Their opening hand was perfect, but they've bricked like a house on every draw step since then. Right, this looks like a treasure cruise. It is a treasure cruise. That's worth forcing. I'm gonna pitch Time Twister because we're never casting that. Oh, they had a force to the surprise of no one. Alright, your shit resolves. Still miss land drop. Shit. Alright, they found their second land. Now we're dead. Oh, baby. What just happened? Alright, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Alright, we hope they don't have Wasteland for starters. Oh my god. Clear that out. And this Thoughtcast has to get us somewhere. Like, let's just find a PO off these top 3 cards and win. Or maybe they'll just tilt scoop to the repeal. Oh no. Come on, deck. Don't let me down now. Fuck! Karn. Ah, that sucks. They had Needle and... Maybe I should have Thoughtcast first to see what we were working with before I blew my repeal. I don't know. And options are on the table now, as long as they don't also have Wasteland, or some way to... As long as Academy's in play, life goes on. I wish I had Force of Will, Force blue card, but we're not that lucky. Looks like they're going for Narset, which is probably smarter, yeah, than Null Rod anyway. They found a Biforce. That's not very good. It's not bad, but it's not good. Alright, Mental Misstep. Just what I needed. Karn has no abilities. I can cast the shit out of this Mental Misstep, though. I have so much mana. No Strip Mine. Fuck! Fuck my entire life. We had a window, and we were unable to capitalize. They had too many hate cards. The misery is real. Are they going to blow up Defense Grid? Yeah, that was my best. I think I needed to Thoughtcast before I repealed, just to gut check the turn. Alright, now they have Force, and they have 3 mana. Okay, that also works. What a sad state of affairs. Yeah, we were so close. I'm trying to figure out what we can even do now. Sure. Probe resolves. They know I have Misstep. Here comes Null Rod, probably. Yep. I guess I can still Hercules them. No, I don't have blue mana. I need basic Island and Hercules. Oh no, do they have a Snapcaster? What are they doing for 2 mana in my combat step? Oh, Dig Through Time. That's a good card. Alright, I feel like our opponent got through our walls here. Repeal and Academy are both in the graveyard. There's no way to get him back. I'll play it out so nobody calls me a quitter. At least till they put a clock into play. Like, I'll concede to a Young Pyromancer immediately. That's not a basic island. Yeah, can't even PO. I don't have any creatures of any kind. Alright, that's a clock. It's good enough. Ah, that sucked. We were so close. Yes, my opponent just reveals their hand to me and says, would you like to concede and save us both time? Yeah, we had 1 turn window to get in. Could have broke through it. Maybe I needed to be more patient. I don't know, because like once they cast Narset, my line to be patient is out anyway. Like, we just needed a payoff in our top three. Like, anything that bounced Pithing Needle would have been good. Anything that, like, PO would have won the game immediately. Yeah, bouncing Pithing Needle wins the game immediately. PO wins the game immediately. I guess those are my options. All right, Montolio. It's the old coin flip. Is he Shops or is he Dredge? Those are the two decks he plays. I'm going to keep this because it has Force of Will and Hercule's Recall. And let's hope he's not Dredge. All right, he Shops. Grim Monolith is fine. I'll take he... Okay. Ugh. Sphere of Resistance. That's super lame. I'm going to let it resolve. Chalice on 0, also super lame. But actually fine against this hand, because this hand is kind of shitty. But it's like exactly the kind of solid hand we need against what he's trying to do over there. All right, so I can force this turn and then build up to a Herc. So despite our hand being pretty awkward, like we're kind of where we want to be against exactly what he's doing. That's why I didn't play out Seed of the Synod. Feel like a genius now. All right, let's probe. For life and mana. We get to pay the gold price and the iron price. Wait, what the fuck? Choose target player. All right. I did that in the wrong order. Got it. What are your remaining 2 cards? 2 Ancient Tombs. Okay. Oh, I also have an Ancient Tomb. So next turn, Ancient Tomb lets me cast Mana Vault and Key. All right, Wasteland. All right. So his hand is still 2 tombs. All right, I don't even care if this gets wasted because I'm busy in Keytown. This costs 3. I could cast Thoughtcast. I think I'd rather scroll for Ancestral, though. And I'm not going to cast it right now because I want to keep leaving up Force. I can cast it next turn. It'll be fine. So, minor pet peeve. There's no reason to Wasteland there. Untap, take your draw steps, see what you're going to do, then waste me. Like, I'm not going to do anything with my tapped Ancient Tomb on your turn. I'm not telling him, I'm telling my chat for their information. Because it's true. That is not how you play the card Wasteland. So PO is only for 2. Thoughtcast is also for 2. Ancestral's for 3. Alright, we got a bonus key here. That's awesome. Can't cast this Mox Ruby yet. Yeah, okay. He figured out how to wait till his turn to wasteland me. Yeah, like, his hand is clearly, like, anything he would have drawn, could have drawn, he would have cast by now. Like, I just don't believe for a second that he has a card that matters in his hand. All right, Mox Opal. All right, so if I Herc him, can I win? So, yeah. This is time for a big Hercs. I'm going to tap my Seed of the Synod because he can waste it. Like, that one's not necessarily going to be in play soon. All right, so... Oh, yeah, that's true. That's clever. Bang. All right. Gave it up. That felt good. Normally, Shops has literally perfect all the time against me, so it feels good for them to just brick and not do anything for an entire game. I'll take it. All right, these 4 cards come in. Misstep, Probe, and Windfall can go out. I like that sideboarding with this deck is so small. Because everything is important to your critical mass. Like, and you have a wish board for Karn. All right, so this has an early Tinker, which can get through a lot of stuff. Like, short of like even Trinisphere doesn't stop a turn 2 Tinker here. Karn stops a turn 2 Tinker if he has Karn. If I draw any non-Opal Mox, it's a turn 1 Tinker. Yeah, yeah, exactly. What? No, I can still turn 2 Tinker because 1, 2, 3. Boom. Just like Seed of the Synod plus Ancient Tomb equals Tinker. God, does he actually have Karn though? Alright, well, welcome to Shops. He can do whatever the fuck he wants right now. This hand has turn 3 Tinker, even with a Karn. Fuck! Oh wait, no it doesn't, because I can't tap for mana. Ugh! To live in this guy's world. Yeah, okay, so... No, we still have turn 2 Tinker. We play Island Mana Vault and then Ancient Tomb Tinker. Unless he finds a sphere, which he could totally do. Or he could just... He's just going to Simple Vault Key before then, never mind. Alright, there's the key. So we have to draw Force of Will to not die immediately. Oh, he's not done. Don't worry, he also has Trinisphere. Oh, and Lodestone Golem. Okay. So if he's just going to do that to us while we're on the... Alright. We would have won that game on the spot if Mindbreak Trap was in our hand. When we would have clipped that Karn. GG. Tiltapalooza. Alright. Now what am I going to do? Do I want Windfall back in on the play? Yeah, I'm doing this. Yeah, that was a pretty good turn 1, it's safe to say. So now I have a turn 1 Karn. I guess this is the world we live in. It's what we all signed up for by joining this Vintage League today. Karn. And conceded immediately. So we took turns exchanging turn 1 kills, basically, that match. That was a lot of fun. Welcome to Vintage. I hope we just refire against Montolio. Let's do that again and win the die roll. Nope, different person. His Mishra's Workshop deck is not going to have Mental Misstep in it. Like 0%. Yeah, Montolio. Karn is the dumbest, and Vintage is not a lot of fun right now as a result. Alright, this has no payoffs. This has no mana. Okay, so we get a Scry and a Probe. I'm feeling crazy. Justin would keep this hand. I guess I have to keep that because it's any mana. Oh no. Okay, so we lose instantly. Yep, Vintage, folks. Alright, if I draw a land, I can still do stuff. Unless he Karns me. Alright. I guess you can't Karn through Thorn here. Alright, come on, let's draw a land. A land. That is the opposite. I wonder if I should concede to hide information. And I can still reasonably... No. Hiding the information. We're conceding. You got me. Karn should be restricted. Like, for sure. It's so stupid. It's just a potent sideboard card that you get to put in your main deck because it's also a one-turn win condition. You know, suspend 1, win the game, meanwhile null rod your opponent. Not that. Alright, we got turn 1. Now it's my turn to turn 1 them. Yeah, I can't play this deck in the P9 series. Like, it's just not... Ugh. Any blue source would have made this hand insane. This hand also doesn't do anything. Looks like we're going to 5. If that was Mox Sapphire, I would keep this hand. But as it stands... Alright, this hand can make lots of mana. And it has a Force of Will. So I'm just going to keep it and hope that Karn appears on top of my deck sooner than later. What is this? Trinisphere. Okay. If there's one thing I have, it's mana. I'm not worried about Trinisphere. I am worried about my mana crypt, though. Time Twister. Alright, now we just need a blue source. Don't care about that. I wish Voltaic was tap or untap target artifact. Then we could turn off their Trinisphere. That would be so sweet. How about a blue source? That's a pretty good blue source. All right, what can I do with all this? Now I do care about Trinisphere a little bit. So I'll repeal this thing. And then I'll Twister with a blue floating and hope I win. All right, we got a Petal. I can also Windfall, or I could Time Walk. I could also PO for 3. But that doesn't reset my blue mana. I think Time Walk is the highest upside here. Because then I can just try all this stuff again next turn. I'm going to let all of this resolve. Windfall is still a draw 7. I would love to draw another artifact before I tap this Academy. All right, we found another artifact. Nice. I don't think mana's going to get better than Ancient Tomb. Yeah, I can save on blue mana if I do this. All right, I'm going to PO for 4. All right, we found Karn. We have key already. The game is over. Blue mana doesn't matter anymore. All right. They backed it up. They've seen enough. All right. We got our game on the play. Now we got to get one on the draw. Yeah, the Karn being able to kill off your own crypt is really, really silly. Mason Waterhouse, thanks for the follow. I'm going to bust a treasure in your honor. I treasure every follower. Ooh, Reality Smasher, that's a playable Magic card. Thanks, Mason. I'll think of you every time I cast Reality Smasher. Which, sorry, isn't very often. I'm not much of a smasher, but if it ever comes up, it'll be all you. I think I want to cut Windfall for this Mox Opal back in when I'm on the draw, in case I have to power through a Sphere. And if they empty their hand turn 1, Windfall's a brick anyway. Though the Hercules Recall Windfall combo is pretty sick. Yeah. It is very nice from a practical standpoint that you don't have to like flip coins for 10 turns trying to figure out who's dead. Well, deterministic Karn. This hand doesn't do anything. This hand dies to Sphere, but otherwise is very strong. I can't keep a hand that dies to Sphere. Ah, fuck. It's getting worse. Oh, I have Force of Will now. Come on, Mox on top. Fuck. I have to bottom Ancestor Recall. That feels so bad. Yeah, I need an artifact to turn on Mox Opal, and then this hand is functional. I do hate that the biggest part of the decision-making process with this deck is the mulligan. That's usually a sign of a bad deck or bad format. Spyglass. All right, that doesn't stop me. Ugh. Is that all you got? All right, they're deep in the tank. The great thing about Sorceress Spyglass is if they name Karn, it also turns off their Karn. But the bad thing is that doesn't matter because I'm just dead to Karn. All right, so Karns are off. Oh, you also have Workshop? Great. If they revoke Mox Emerald, I lose. All right, so we get one crack at this. Let's draw a Mox, cast Thoughtcast, and win the game. All right, that'll do. Honorary Mox, Seat of the Synod. And hopefully we're right back in this. Not going to play the Mana Crypt, not giving him a win con. Alright, I have mana now, so I can get ahead of Spheres. I lose to Karn immediately. Alright, we just said that doesn't matter. It's still true. Alright, let's draw a Paradoxical Outcome. How about that? PO? Alright, I mean... I can't activate it, but it does turn off all their shit. They can't activate this factory right now unless they find a real land. They can't pump with Overseer. And if I draw a Hercule's Recall, I can win immediately. Alright, bummer. They found a land for their factory. They have to attack Karn first, though, before they go after my life total. Alright, deck. Pay me off. Boo. Alright, Karn existed for one turn, and it was a beautiful life he lived. Lame. Alright, now we're gonna draw PO. Now that they've put all this work into Karn, time to just draw Paradoxical and win the game. Echoing Truth right on time. Great. That's fine. It'll buy me out for the next thing. Assuming I get any time. All right, they finally lost a flip. Good. They've been taking a bunch of damage from this Ancient Tomb to get in with Factory. All right, it's getting in for 3 now for this turn. Yeah, we are going to need a payoff pretty quick because I also have Mana Crypt. Truth can't bounce Factory, unfortunately. How about PO or Karn? I've lost every flip in the meantime. No big deal. Also non-land. Son of a bitch. Alright, so they can attack for 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, if they attack with Steel Overseer, I'll bounce it. They probably should attack with it. Like, that makes a lot of sense to put me dead to my Mana Crypt. Alright, repeal this jerk. I have enough mana left to also Echoing Truth if I find a payoff here. Alright, another repeal. Great. Alright, so I can repeal... I can't repeal Sphere. I can Echoing Truth Sphere. Alright, come on deck. Need a payoff. Any one will do. Even one my flip? Shit. Alright, our last chance right here. Fuck. Alright, and we bricked forever. Show me the PO on top of the deck. Nope. Alright, we were miles away. Alright. This is a rough night. Vintage kind of sucks right now, and I don't like it. We could not get our money back with this deck. We could not get our money back with this deck. Didn't try this one. This is still my favorite deck I've been trying. I just need to tinker with it to get closer to defensibility. Though also, like, in all seriousness, every time I play Vintage to try to get closer, I'm just more convinced that I should play the standard tournament on Friday. I don't know. It's real close. Ugh. Yes, we're running a ticket incineration simulator, and it's working. All right, so the leagues roll over during Wednesday's downtime, which means I can't leave a league half finished, and I'm not going to have time to finish a league tonight either. So I am just going to call it for the night. I am done. I'm going to just pour over lists and do some soul searching for the next 2 days before I decide what I'm going to do. I'm not sure if I'm going to stream Wednesday night because I'm leaving Thursday immediately after work for SCG Con and then playing Magic for 3 days straight. And then I'm going to come back and stream on Monday. So I might need tomorrow and Wednesday to like mow my lawn and like see my girlfriend a little bit and, you know, live life before I dedicate an entire week to Magic. So I'm going to call it for the night. I'm going to bounce. Oh God. Jarvis is streaming Legacy Karn. So, and so is Arkin. Both of my raid buddies are also streaming Karn right now in Legacy. Yeah, my girlfriend's actually pretty cool, and I don't mind giving her some time over Magic once in a while. I also have a potluck at work tomorrow that I am not prepared for. So this extra 45 minutes of cutting the stream a little early will help me out a lot. So let's go raid Jarvis. Let's see some more Karn, because we haven't seen enough of that asshole yet. But I'm done. Have a good night, everyone. Yeah, humble brags. I will see you at SCGCon if you'll be there. Make sure to say hey. Follow me on Twitter at Bosch and Roll. It's on your screen at the top. I may or may not stream Wednesday. Follow my Twitter for updates. I'll be back Monday either way with the SCGCon debrief. So see you, everyone. Bye.